What's up, everybody? Happy Thursday. Hope all you're having a great day so far. It is like pouring rain in today. Today is the perfect day. I know we probably, since we're all quarantining, we probably do this every day, but since it's raining, today is just a perfect day to just relax and do nothing. Read a book, watch a movie. Even though we're probably all doing that every day now, but today is just that day. Take a good nap. But getting into this episode of GH, this episode highly pissed me off because I just feel like it was just a lot of mess. It was good mess, but it was just a lot of mess. Carly and Nell are basically two sides to the same coin. Like, seriously. It just seems to me they're not understanding anything. They're just not getting each other. They're not getting the situation. It was just like a waste of a conversation. Like, Carly went there with the intents and purpose. She just went there with the purpose to finally clear the air with Nell, to finally resolve these issues, to finally hash out why they don't like each other, why Nell came to town to destroy Carly. Like, that's why Carly went there, just to figure out, how do we fix this? Like, once and for all, how do we get to the bottom of the problem, the root of the problem? I feel like throughout that whole conversation, nothing got resolved. It just felt like that whole conversation, the whole back and forth between them was pointless. Nothing got resolved. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. This one wouldn't give in. That one wouldn't give in. This one wouldn't take accountability. That one wouldn't take accountability. It was just a back and forth of nothing. That's what it was. It was just nothing. Like, we're getting two different stories. We're getting Carly's story. We're getting Nell's story. Both stories do not add up. Both stories don't match. That's one of the problems. Carly was telling her side of the story. Nell telling her side of the story. Neither one matches up, and neither person is willing to own up and say which one is telling the truth, because they both feel like they're telling the truth. So it's up to the viewers to figure out, okay, which one of them are telling the truth? Who's telling the truth? Who's lying? Who's being real? Separate the real from the fake. In my opinion, I'm more inclined to believe Carly. Because we all know Nell know how to twist the truth. She know how to lie. She's a very good liar. She knows how to play victim. She's done it many a time. She's tell a tale, tell a story, and try to work that shit into her favor. Carly, to me, has no reason to lie about the past, because she's been vocal about it before when it pertains to Frank Benson and her hatred of him. Carly made it abundantly clear that she's always hated Frank. He walked out on them when she was a kid, when she was a toddler. He never provided support. None of those things. He was a mean person. Then when Carly made some money, that's when he wanted to reach out to her several times over the years to get some money. And she's refused him ever since. But Nell has a different take on it. So here's the thing. When Carly went to Jacksonville, no, she went to Miami. Sorry. She went to Miami, found Frank in an apartment, and she wanted the 14 years of back child support that he owed Virginia. Frank basically was like, well, I'm not giving you nothing. I ain't got no money. I'm not giving you nothing. I'm not giving you nothing. I'm not giving Virginia nothing. Because Frank basically said he never wanted Carly. Virginia was the one who wanted to adopt Carly, not him. So that's why he left when she was 3-4 years old or whatever. That's why he bounced. So then we see this little blonde girl come out. And that's when Carly has this aha moment. And she realizes that that little blonde girl that she saw in Frank's apartment was Nell. So Frank shoos Nell away, tell Nell to go in the kitchen or whatever while he finished talking to Carly. Frank never really told Carly anything about Nell. And that's what Nell doesn't understand. She keeps twisting this tale, saying how Carly knew about her. Carly never took care of her. Carly, just left her. She abandoned her. Carly was like, I didn't even know you freaking existed. I didn't even know who you were. Because she's really mad because when she came to Port Charles, Carly immediately did not recognize her. She didn't recognize her at all from back then. And that's what really set Nell off. She was already pissed, but she was enraged when Carly didn't realize who she was. My thing is, how the hell is Carly supposed to remember who you were when you were just a child when she met you? Carly was a teenager. You were a child when she met you. And that was the first and only time Carly met Nell, was when she confronted Frank. That's the only time Carly met this girl. So how would she remember you or know what you look like as an adult when she only met you one time? I met plenty of people in my life, and if they came up to me right now, if I met them years ago and they came up to me right now, 9 times out of 10, I would not remember who you are. If I met you when I was 18 or 17 and you were 6 years old or 5 years old or 7 and you're now 17, 18, I wouldn't know who the hell you were. I wouldn't know. I wouldn't remember. I meet people all the time. So how would I remember? Especially if I met you once. If I met you that one time, I'm not going to remember years ago meeting you. You might look a little familiar maybe, but I wouldn't remember because it was a long time ago. So I can't blame Carly for that. And that's the problem. Nell needs to grow up. And she's sitting there talking about how, oh, Frank wanted you to stay. He wanted to raise us as sisters. Frank asked you to stay. Carly was like, that's a lie. Frank never asked her to stay. Frank never wanted her. And Frank was broke. How the hell he gonna take care of y'all when he can't take care of his damn self? Like, Nell was just... that's how you know Carly more than likely telling the truth, because it just doesn't make sense. Nell's version just does not make sense. And I feel like Nell allowed Frank to corrupt her mind, poison her mind against Carly, because obviously he was pissed at Carly for not giving him no money once she made it big. Once she came out to Port Charles, did her little plotting and scheming, and started getting some money and some businesses, that's when he wanted some money, and Carly was not giving it to him. So I feel like he's been poisoning Nell's mind. That's exactly what I feel he's been doing. Because stuff just is not adding up. Nell's version is not making sense. Both of y'all can't be telling the truth, because both of y'all stories are not aligning. And if Carly met you one time, how the hell would she know about you? How? So when Carly was getting ready to leave, she told Frank, Frank was like, oh, tell, Virginia I said hi or whatever. Maybe I'll look her up one day. Carly was like, no, you better not. If you ever decide to look up Virginia, I will kill you. So speaking of Virginia, see, this is what I feel like the writers switched up a lot of Carly's backstory, because a lot of it is just not making sense. So the apartment that they're living in looks like Johnny Zakara's old penthouse. And that apartment looks very nice compared to what Carly mentioned years ago. She made it seem like they lived in a trailer park, like they just were not living well, they weren't well off. But the apartment they're living in looked pretty nice for somebody who's a secretary living paycheck to paycheck. Because her mother, Virginia was a secretary living check to check. I feel like Carly was a bit ungrateful towards Virginia, because I feel like Virginia did her best to provide for Carly. And Carly, it just wasn't good enough for her. She wanted the glitz, the glam. She wanted to travel. She wanted, designer clothes, the mansion, the money, the businesses. This is what she wanted. And Carly got that now. Pretty much everything she wanted, she got. I'm pretty sure she didn't envision that she would have, it would be the life that she currently lives. I'm sure she thought it would be a bit different, but she got pretty much everything she's always wanted. For me, I don't like the way she got it. Marrying rich men, manipulating, plotting, scheming to get it. But at the end of the day, she got it. The thing is, though, what pissed me off even more was Carly basically was telling Nell, for once in your life, do the right thing, give Michael full custody of Wiley, and we will let you have visitation. That's what pissed me off. When Carly said, we will let you have visitation. See, that right there is what sparked even more rage in Nell. It's like Carly's not getting it. Like, you're not getting it. That's not your kid. You have no say in what visitation Nell gets. Let the courts decide that. That's not your right. If Carly really felt like Michael was going to win or Michael had a strong case, she wouldn't keep trying to negotiate with Nell. Like, oh, give Michael full custody. We'll give you visitation. Who the hell do you think you are? You don't have no say-so in what visitation she'll get. You have no say in this. Like, it's little stuff like that. I think that's what triggers Nell to be more hateful. My problem with Nell is she blames all of her actions on Carly. Like, it's basically like she's saying, oh, because you abandoned me, everything I've done, all the hateful things, hurtful things that I've done to people is because of you. No, you can't blame Carly. You can't blame her for that. At the end of the day, Carly was a teenager. She was a child herself. Barely could take care of herself. Couldn't take care of herself. She was a kid. She was, 18 at the time? How the hell could she possibly take care of herself and Nell? How? She had no obligation to take care of Nell. She didn't even really know Nell. They're not sisters. They're not blood related. So how are you going to sit there? Oh, you abandoned me. She had no obligation to take care of you. Frank had an obligation to take care of you. Not Carly. Not Carly. So stop blaming on your actions and your bad behavior and your poor lifestyle. Stop blaming that shit on Carly. Because that's not on her. That's on you. You made the choice. You made the choice to go out here, act buck wild, trying to kill people, manipulate, lie, plot, ski. You made that choice. You're using your son as a meal ticket. Same way you accuse Carly of using Michael as a meal ticket, that's what you're doing with Wiley. You're using him as your ticket. He's your golden ticket. He's like that little golden ticket that boy got on the Willy Wonka movie. That's your ticket. You trying to get into the Quartermaine Corinthos chocolate factory and it ain't gonna happen. So you might as well get over it. Even if you might get a little parcels here and there, a little money, okay, that's all you're gonna get. Because they're not gonna let you get any further than what you are. Like, get over yourself. Damn. That whole conversation between the two of them was just so pointless because they did not resolve a damn thing. Not a thing. Not a thing was resolved. If anything, their hatred towards each other has intensified. That's all that happened, pretty much. They got absolutely nowhere with that conversation. So, anyway, Nell has the other half of the necklace that Nina has. So, that pretty much kind of proves that she possibly is Nina's daughter, aka Kiki's half-sister. Oof. This is what I'm saying. I know a lot of people wanted Willow to be Nina's daughter, but I feel like for me, this opens up a lot of story for Nina. You know what I mean? And for Nell. It opens up a lot of, future story. So anyway, moving on from that. So Nina was pretty much talking to Jax or whatever. Jax was offering to have his, security firm look into her daughter and stuff like that, which I thought was nice of him to do. I did like the scenes with him and Jax. They were talking about going to her volleyball thing and, he was going to let her drive the car or whatever. That was pretty dope. Michael and Chase were basically talking about Willow and the custody and all this mess. Willow still is, wants to do something to help Wiley at this point because she feels like she's the only mother figure that Wiley knows, which is basically true. But I feel like she's going about things the wrong way. Like, let Michael handle it. Let his attorneys handle it. The court hearing is the custody hearing is apparently tomorrow. Diane pretty much got that bumped up quick. So the best thing you can do is just testify. That's the best thing you can do. Testify on Michael's behalf and help him try to win. That's your best bet. Honestly, I really don't know what it will take to get Nell off their ass, because honestly, it's hard to determine what Nell really wants. It's like, I feel like Harley, Sonny, Jax, they all can write her a big check, and I feel like it still wouldn't be enough. They can give her multi-millions of dollars, a big mansion, cars, jewels, designer clothes. It probably still wouldn't be enough for that girl. You just never know what Nell wants. Hell, she probably don't know what she wants at this point. All she is consumed by hatred and anger at this point. That's all she's consumed by. That's all she sees is blind rage. And she needs to cut it out and grow up. So anyway, Jason and Jocelyn were talking or whatever. And, he was basically telling her, like, if it wasn't for Nell, there would be no Wiley. If Nell never entered the picture, there would be no Wiley, which is true. But I do kind of like the friendship Carly and Jason have because they're always loyal to each other. I just don't like the fact that he's her lapdog. Like, he basically does whatever Carly wants him to do, no question, no nothing. That's the only thing that annoys me. But I always did kind of like their friendship because they're loyal to each other. And he is always there for Carly. Carly's always there for him. And it's like that type of loyalty you just don't get nowadays in friendships. You know, it's hard to get it. And if you do have it, hold on to it. You know, Carly basically was like, she wouldn't mind if Nell basically disappeared or whatever. But now they just got to wait for the outcome of this damn custody hearing. I mean, obviously, Jason would have no problem getting rid of Nell. The issue is he knows that Michael wouldn't be able to live with that. You know what I mean? If Jason killed Nell because of him and stuff like that, he would have to live with that on his conscience. Because think about it. Wiley gets older and start asking about Nell and stuff, or his mom or whatever. Michael would be holding, anybody could sit there and slip up to Wiley when he gets older and tell him about Nell and what happened. And he would be angry with Michael. You know, I don't think Michael would want that. Because that's kind of what happened with him, Sonny, and Carly, and AJ. You know, he grew up, found out all the shit that Sonny and Carly did to AJ and all the stuff AJ did. He was pissed at Sonny and Carly because of the stuff they did to AJ. And they never told him about it. And he felt like AJ never got a fair shake. It's just, you know, he doesn't want to do that to Wiley. So I could see why Jason wouldn't take that risk. But overall, you know, it was a fairly okay episode. It just felt like, you know, nothing new. I just felt like I said, the conversation between Carly and Nell, it went nowhere. Nothing was resolved at all. But hit the comment section. Let me know what y'all thought about this. And I will see you on Monday. Have a great day. Have a great weekend. See you on Monday. Peace.